Welcome back to Spilling the Gravy. Woo, we're still here.
We're here. We don't know if you are.
No, but it's fine. We're still here.
We're here. That's all that matters.
I'm having so much fun.
Me too.
So today we have a very special episode. I'm going to say that every episode, but this one is especially fun because we are talking about weddings.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, we're going to be talking about everything that goes on between planning my wedding, since at this point I'd be married 2 years already, and then maybe some comparisons to when you got married. Mm-hmm. And we're attending a wedding this week. How exciting! Another Calandrilla wedding.
We didn't say who we were.
Oh, yes. Sure.
Welcome to Spilling the Gravy.
It's episode 7. If you haven't
should
watched
know
the
by now
first
who we
episode by
are.
now. But I'm Antonia.
And I'm Michelle.
And we are a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law duo talking about weddings. What could go wrong?
Nothing. We got through yours, so.
Yeah, right?
Went well.
There we go. All right. Well, let's cheers.
Cheers to wedding season.
I guess cheers to Corey and Sammy Galadrillo.
Yes. My nephew's getting married this week.
Woo.
And happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. I think we should start off with maybe getting into some of our early stages of wedding planning. We got engaged in December of 2021, so we didn't get married until November of 2023. So we did have some time to plan, which take all
Thank
the time
goodness.
you need, because it was chaotic even with the amount of time that we had, I felt like.
And it seemed like it was going to take forever to get here. And even when we went to look at venues, and then they were like, oh, sorry, we have nothing until
Yeah.
this far out.
I remember going in and they were like, do you want to get married in 2024? And I'm like, no. I want to get married next year.
And I think maybe for you guys too, it was post-COVID.
Yeah.
So a lot of weddings had gotten postponed.
And rebooked.
So everything was getting booked up. But I still hear that it's hard to get dates you want and days of the week you want. So you really do need a lot of planning. And I feel like things have changed now.
Yeah.
In my day, it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were the days. Now I feel like people are getting married on any random day of the week. They can get a date.
No, people, we have a wedding now coming up that's on a Sunday, which is not that bizarre now. But I feel like even then a Sunday wedding would be weird for your time, no?
No, I think
if the next day wasn't a holiday.
Fridays were actually, when we got married on a Friday, Fridays were kind of newer to do a Friday. It was less expensive, which is why we did it.
Yeah.
But Fridays were kind of newer. Saturday and Sunday were it. I never liked Sunday weddings because, and no offense to anybody who's getting married or got married on a Sunday. I'm sorry. Only because you either had to take off or go to work hungover, one or the other.
Yeah, I know. But it's kind of the same thing for a Friday wedding. You would take off the day before if you were in it.
Yeah, then you would take off on the Friday.
We had a Friday wedding because it was extremely cheaper. Yeah. So, for the price difference, the Friday was the way to go.
So I guess do whatever you want. People, if people don't like it, they don't have to come.
We had a fall wedding. Originally, I wanted to get married in October because I love October, as we've heard.
Her birthday, Halloween, yada,
Look
yada,
at my Halloween sweater that I have on
Here
right
we are in
now.
November, and she has her Halloween sweatshirt on.
But I wanted to get married in October, and they had no dates available when we were going to look. Well, we looked at a few venues. So when we got engaged in December, I think we started looking in January, right?
It was January.
In January, we started looking, and we only went to maybe 4 venues.
Yeah. Well, I think you thought you knew what you wanted.
Yes.
And then that got turned upside down.
I wanted to get married at
Bear Brook.
Yes, Bear Brook Valley. I think, was it Valley?
I don't remember.
Bear Brook something in Jersey somewhere. And it was just the most beautiful venue.
We never even went to look at it.
No, because remember, we looked at it online. I'm like, I can't afford this place. It was just not,
and I think
it was
they
just
had
out of the cards.
A weird minimum amount of people.
Yeah, you had to hit a certain number of people. And I'm like, we're not going to meet that number. So I'm like, forget it. It's too expensive. I don't even want to go look at it because if I like it, and then I'm going to be upset. So we looked at a bunch of other venues that were similar in style, pretty much. I don't remember the order, but I think we saw one before Perona. So I think I'm going to say it was probably the Farmhouse, which was in the same area as Perona. But then we saw Perona they had 3 rooms at Perona.
Which is where she had her wedding.
Yes. Beautiful venue. I love it so much. But they had 3 different rooms. They had like a barn looking room. They had the refinery, which is what they called it, which is the room that I wanted to get married in, or the room that I saw online that I wanted to get married in. And then they had the reserve. And for me, I'm like, it's that one or nothing. So
once you got there.
So we only went to go look at that room. And then the woman was like, do you want to see the other rooms? I'm like, sure. Because when we saw the first room, I was like, I don't know. Like, it's kind of smaller than what I thought in my head based on the pictures. And I didn't like the layout. So I was like iffy. And then when we saw the reserve, which is the room next to this room,
it was like, oh.
It was literally like, oh my God, I love it so much. And then, so they had these old like chandeliers, like think of like
gaudy, crystal-y.
Yes, like those kind of chandeliers. And they were like, oh no, we're getting rid of those. We're going to put these in and put these chairs in. And I was like, oh, I'm sold. I'm sold on this room because by time we would have gotten married, it would have been done. So I was so excited. And then we ended up picking the reserve at Perona Farms. And they are amazing. They are so, so good.
They were wonderful. Everything about that whole weekend was wonderful. It's funny because you go out and you start looking at these places, and I mean, most of them are beautiful.
Yeah.
And of course, they're all trying to sell you.
Of course.
And sometimes you're hearing what they have before you know what the dollar signs are going to be for it. Because there was another one we went to.
The Ryland Inn. That place was magnificent.
I still think I like the look of where you guys got married
me
better.
Too.
But they're talking about all this over-the-top food, and okay,
prosciutto
gotta bring
on demand.
bring our Italian, a little bit of our Italian into every episode. If you're going to invite Italian people to your wedding, you better have good food and a lot of it, or that envelope's going to be open and some of that money's coming out at the end.
Yep.
So food is very important. So the look of it, and I know a lot of younger people are about the vibe and the look, which is important, but the food has to be good. I mean, people are there to eat and dance.
Even especially for me and Evan, like we were like,
well, you're foodies.
Excited
You're a little
for
bit
the
of foodies.
food. Yeah. So like we couldn't wait to go to the food tasting. But we did go to the Ryland Inn and they had a magnificent menu. Like as Italian as you could possibly be menu. Like that's what they had. So we obviously fell in love with that.
Right.
But as they started showing us dates and price tag, I'm like, forget this place. Like this is not happening.
And as great as it was, I think that for what you were looking for, you ended up with the right place, and everything it had was the right. So again, this is not a commercial for Perona Farms, but if you're watching Perona Farms, they actually have 2 houses on their property. So besides the venue for where the receptions are and the ceremonies, there's 2 houses, and one of them you can have for the day of your wedding to get dressed and take pictures. The other one you can actually have for the wedding weekend, which is what they did. And I think that kind of made it. It felt like a destination wedding.
It was so much fun.
You know,
it was so worth
50 minutes from home.
And obviously, like, the house was a little bit extra. However, I would have bought that house every weekend. Like, it was the perfect setup, the perfect weekend. Because it was literally like a weekend long celebration.
You do your rehearsal dinner
fun.
there. You get ready there. The boys, the girls,
everyone. And the staff there was amazing.
They really were.
So anyway,
I know we're all over the place, but it was wonderful. If you can do somewhere like that where you can stay for even if it is, because this is fairly local to us.
Yeah.
if you can find somewhere like that to make a weekend of it where you get to stay with the family, and we didn't stay at the house. They did with their bridal party.
Yeah.
But just being there and then coming there the next morning, and we all did breakfast together and lunch together while we had hair and makeup, and the boys were out in the yard playing games and having beers. So I think that was one thing I got out of your wedding that really didn't happen when we were getting married,
Well, that
unless you
wasn't a
did
thing, right?
no, unless you did a destination wedding where everybody happened to be there. I loved that. So it's the day's so fleeting as it is. So if you can turn it into 2 nights, or 2 days and 2 nights where you're all together and you just make a weekend of it, I highly recommend that.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that really sold us on Perona in the first place when we booked it, was that we knew it was going to be just this whole event, and they had everything we wanted. The food looked amazing. Like they really just sold us on all of that. So that was kind of our first step in wedding planning.
Right.
So we booked the venue pretty much
Check.
right away because we had to, also because COVID kind of backed everything up.
Right.
So dates were going so quick, and we didn't want to get married in like 4 years.
Right.
So we booked the wedding
And
venue.
you knew that you wanted to get married there. You didn't want a church.
Yes.
So
No, yeah, I didn't want a church. Did Grammy give me a problem about the church? I don't think so,
I
right?
don't think so. I think, years ago it was you had to, well, I'm sure the Catholic Church still would like you to get married in church. But I feel like more and more people are getting married outside of the church, which
Because you didn't get married in a church.
not the second time. FYI, I had.
I don't know if you want to disclose this information.
We won't go through the whole thing, but I had a little quick one before when I was
one.
very young. A quick little marriage. Well, it was quick. It was big wedding in, and
But there you got married in a church.
and a divorce out. But there I did get married in church
Yeah.
and had been annulled in the whole thing. But very quick, no kids, no nothing.
Yep.
In and out. Then met my now husband. So to me, that was my wedding. She doesn't believe me, but I remember nothing about the first one. Nothing.
She remembers nothing about her first wedding. And
I don't know. It's like I blacked it out. I was very
first
young.
time.
I was very young. It was a very long time ago, and I think I blocked it out. But my wedding to my husband, who now, to me, that was my wedding. That was,
Of course, yeah. I just think
what
it's
we
crazy
planned,
she doesn't remember
and
things.
I know. Anyway, the first one I did get married in a church, even though I don't remember if it was at a church, and was expected, and do Percana and the whole thing. I did it. Well, I guess the second time she would have liked me, my mother, to get married in a church. I was not going to do an annulment, and I wouldn't be able to get married in church unless I had an annulment. And I was like, nope, not going through all that and paying that money.
Yeah.
My ex-husband ended up doing the annulment, though, because he got married right after my wedding, like months apart.
And his months after?
Just a few months, I
didn't
think.
know that.
And his wife had never been married before, so she wanted the big church wedding. So technically, Jeff and I could have gotten married in church because it was already annulled. So we knew we didn't want the church thing. So we were good. She got over it. And we actually had I'm trying to remember if back then you really had like people, I don't think people went online and got ordained like now. So,
Oh, I forgot about
right.
that.
So we still needed someone to marry us. So we ended up, my mother-in-law knew someone who was a Lutheran pastor. They can get married. That's not like priests.
Yeah.
They're married. He was married. We went and talked to him. We liked him so much. And he came and he married us there. And that's the route we went. Yeah. I don't think back then people like for you, she'll tell you, but I don't think you could go online and sign up and be like, oh, I'm going to marry people.
Well, for us, I mean, we knew we didn't want to get married in church. We knew we didn't want a super religious wedding. It just didn't feel like us, essentially. So, but we still wanted it to be meaningful. We still wanted it to have some personal connection, not some like random person marrying us, we felt like. So we actually asked her brother, Uncle Toast, to marry us. And we told him, I think on New Year's. when we got engaged
Yeah.
that New Year's. And we said, no, we really want you to marry us. Like,
I
we
think
thought
he
we were
thought,
joking.
yeah,
And
you
I'm like,
believe
we're
them.
like, no, we want you to marry us. Like, can you go get ordained? And I think he really did thought
He
we
did.
were joking. And he was like, really? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, okay. And it was like a month later. He's
Yeah.
like, I got ordained.
I'm a priest now. He thinks he's a priest.
Yeah. But he went through like all these classes online, got ordained, and it was official, and he married us, and it was perfect. It felt so much more personal. So that would be my other piece of advice. If you can make your ceremony as personal to you as you can, and whether that means getting married in a church or having a family member or somebody marry you, it just makes it so much better.
Yes, it should be about you. And even if it isn't a church and you want that it to be a priest, like get to know the priest
Yeah,
too, so
that's
that
what I
he knows
mean.
you. And, I think they still make you do Burkina and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so
Tori and Sammy are doing
if
it.
you can actually get the person to know you as a couple, that
Yeah.
just makes it more personable.
Throughout our planning process, there was like so many ups and downs. And I feel like for my first time planning a wedding, and obviously you were a huge help helping me do everything, it went pretty smooth.
It really did.
We had very few hiccups planning my wedding, which we can explain and talk about. But I truly think I wasn't as stressed as I thought I was going to be during the planning process. I was enjoying, I think, every moment. And I also think it helped that we had so much time. I think if it was like literally I had a year, I think I would have been more stressed, because there was definitely periods where I had like my downtime of like, I have nothing to do right now.
Right.
But because we had over a year, it felt like I really enjoyed it and wasn't so stressed out.
Yeah, you definitely, and you were a good plan. You were not a bridezilla at all. I will say that. You weren't.
I hope not. I was pretty chill about everything for the most part.
You really were. You didn't strike me, and I don't know, you could tell me if I'm wrong, as someone like, I think some girls have their wedding planned from like when they're 10 and know what they want. I didn't feel like you had that.
I mean, I definitely had, like, I obviously had thought about my wedding since I was a little girl, but like I wasn't like Monica from Friends. Like I didn't have a whole binder, but like, I had the traditional like Pinterest board with all of the dresses
Right.
and rings and flowers and things. But
I felt that as you started planning, like you might have had things in your head, but you were open to, hey, let me see what's out there.
Yeah.
And then see what I like.
yeah, I mean, that even happened when we went dress shopping.
You tried on some winners.
So in my head, on my Pinterest board, we went to 2 bridal stores. The first one, my first appointment, I wanted an A-line dress. And I have said I wanted an A-line dress forever. Never tried on an A-line dress, but I wanted one because I thought that's what would look best on me. Tried on a few different A-line dresses, hated every single one of them.
She would come out, her face,
I'm
her body language, her posture. They were like, well, that's certainly not yes to the dress.
No, they just like swallowed me for some reason. Like I did not have the body type for it, I guess. I don't know. They were beautiful gowns.
Right.
They didn't look good on me, or I didn't even feel comfortable in them either. And then Grammy made me try on a freaking Cinderella gown that was like tight here and poofed all the way out. I'm like, Grammy, I'm not wearing
But it was fun to try them on. Like
it was so much fun to try them on.
I would say you have to try everything on. One, because
Every style.
This is a perfect example. You think you know what you want.
Yeah.
Until you actually try them on, you don't know what it looks like on your body or how you're going to feel in it. Even if every single thing looks good on you, until you have it on, you're not going to know what clicks for you and what's like really your style. And it's just fun. Like wedding dress shopping should be fun. It shouldn't be stressful. It should be fun.
I remember being super stressed the first appointment because I don't know. I was like having anxiety about it. Like I was like, I don't know.
I mean, again, not to bring our whole thing down.
Every episode, depression. My mom is dead.
It should have been something that Nicole was there with
Yes,
you. And you had,
yeah.
and how many places did we go where they'd be like, oh, and your mom, and I'd be, no, mother-in-law. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure they knew
Yeah.
that your mom I'm not your mom, and your mom should have been there.
Of course. Well, I mean, we brought her.
We brought her. We brought her everywhere. To go, Nicole came with us.
No, but it's also important to have a good group of people, I think, around you when you are going dress shopping and having somebody that you want to be there.
Yes.
And
So I'm sure that gave you anxiety though in the beginning that, hey, this is not when I did think about this years ago.
No, of course
this isn't
not.
how I planned it.
Of course not. But I will say, I still think that she picked out my dress somehow. Because so now I've tried on a couple A-lines and I'm like, okay, this style is definitely not working for me. And at first I didn't want to try on any other styles because I thought I wouldn't like them.
Right.
Then it came down to Grammy wanted me to try on this Cinderella ball gown. I'm like, whatever. So now we're all searching through the racks at this place and you pulled a couple and then I was like, all right, well, let me go look. And then the woman had told me, oh, there's some, like fitted, more fitted styles over there. Why don't you pick out one of those? And I'm like, I'm not going to like a fitted dress. I don't wear anything fitted ever. So I literally went like this and just pulled it. And I was like, okay, sure. And took it to the dressing room. And of course, that's the dress. Mm-hmm. I remember, well, my dress is a whole story, but I remember and I had a very old woman helping me the first time, which was a little, she was so sweet, but also it was just not the vibe.
No.
Because she's like, you want to take your bra off? And I'm like, maybe not in front of an old lady. But anyway, so she's pulling the dress up on me and it wasn't even halfway off my body. And I'm like, oh. And it's just something about it I was just loving.
And then she came out and we were all like,
yeah,
this looks so good.
I was actually, and this was probably maybe the fifth dress maybe I tried on. Because I started off with the first couple A-lines and then I think that was the next dress I tried on because I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to like this. So let me put it on first. Right. And I loved it. And nothing else in the store compared to it. Nothing else. So we ended up then leaving that store because I was like, well, I can't pick the first dress that I saw at the first store. There's so many dresses out there. So me and you went to another store that also had that dress so I can compare it. And I fell in love with another dress that was the same exact designer. Same exact designer. And I love the neckline on the other one.
Yes, gorgeous.
It was just, I could put pictures of what it looked like on the wedding day, but it was a long neckline rather than a sweetheart spaghetti strap. And I just loved it.
And and even though the bottom of that one was pretty too, the bottom of the first
and the lace
one,
on the other one and the train and all of that on the other one was perfect.
Yes.
So long story short, we ended up combining the dresses.
Right. Because we had a great girl helping us there.
Yes.
And she was like, you love both? So just put them both together. And we're
what
like,
do you mean?
You can do that.
We didn't know that was a thing. She's like, I mean, everything comes with the price. Right. But it wasn't that bad compared to what I thought it would be
and
to
you
combine a dress.
Your perfect dress.
And I literally
the best of your two favorites.
And it's unique because nobody else has it.
No. One of a kind.
One of a kind. But that's my short little dress story. So dress shopping is fun. And if I could recommend anything, I would go try on dresses as long as you can because it's fun. I was kind of sad after the second store. I'm like, oh, I don't get to try on any more dresses. Even though I loved mine. But also, you don't want to confuse yourself because I'm sure there'll be multiple dresses that you will fall in love with.
I don't think you would have ever... I honestly don't think you would have found anything you loved more than that.
No. And you know what's funny? I can always tell when somebody has what an Inzoni dress is now. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like I could just see my dress in it, the lace and everything. I feel like I could tell. Great designer.
Came right from Italy too.
It did. It came right from Italy. It's so perfect. I didn't even know.
I think, what did we do in order of things? So we did the venue.
We did the venue. We did
dress.
We did my dress pretty soon after because when we went to that first appointment just to see, they were kind of like, oh no, this designer is a year in advance. You need to order. And then to get it customized was even longer. So I'm like, I need to order this dress now. So we did the dress. I did my flowers pretty early too.
Flowers were early. Photographer? Probably too.
Well, the photographer was early also because we got them recommended from the venue. Okay, maybe we should talk about things that went wrong. Speaking of the photographer.
No, we'll go through everything. We'll get to them later.
Oh, okay. Save the tea for the end.
Photographer. The entertainment group was wonderful.
Oh, loved my DJ. Loved him. His name was Johnny from Elegant Music Group.
Awesome.
Loved him. Great job. And everybody complimented the music too.
Yeah. Again,
So-
music, food. Those are the two most important things of the wedding. You want people to eat, they want to eat, and you want people dancing.
And I will even say more than food, your cocktail hour.
Yes, true. Cocktail hour, people look
For
forward
Italians,
to that.
at least.
Yeah.
Cocktail hour is huge. And we had like a mountain of shrimp. We had steak. What else do we have? The
not all
pastas. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like we had like
pasta
everything.
station. There was a lot of good things. I don't know. I didn't eat
Pizza?
that much of it.
Pizza.
Oh yeah, because they have pizza ovens at Peru.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So good. We had like ice cream at the end of the night. I didn't, but everybody else did.
Neither did I.
Obviously, it goes very, very fast planning too, but I never felt stressed. And I think it was helpful to have you and Grammy and I mean, Evan did help too, but like throughout the process, trying to figure things out and how are things going to go and who needs to be where at what time and scheduling and seating. I would not have been able to do the seating chart and guest list if it wasn't for you, because I'm like, who did I forget?
So maybe we should talk a little bit about that, like who you invite and who you don't invite, and how that can become
Yeah.
an issue.
Yes.
So I do think that kids today have their own ideas of who needs to and doesn't need to be invited to
of course,
their
yeah.
wedding. And I get it to some degree, especially because a lot of them are paying for it themselves now.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that my parents felt like had to be there.
Yeah.
And some of them, yeah, I agreed with. Some of them I didn't, because there's some that they're their friends. They're not yours. I know that they feel like, oh, if you have to invite this one, you have to invite that one. I'm better about that now to some degree. I do think, because it's expensive. You do want the people.
especially
You
in
have,
Jersey.
a limited number who you want there.
You know what? I will say I didn't invite anybody that I didn't want to invite. Everybody that was at that wedding, I have met and like
But
had
maybe
in my
didn't
life.
know well.
Well, some
were
people that maybe I didn't know that well that Evan knew well though.
Right.
I had a number that I had to hit at the wedding as well. And when I think I made the guest list and I'm like, you need to, like, who am I missing? Like, I'm sure I'm missing people. And like, I have no idea who. And you were like, oh, like, and it was never pressure from you. And I'm sure there are mother-in-laws that are like, no, you have to invite this person, this person, this person. And you obviously had a conversation with me. It was like, well, I think if we should invite these people,
Right.
and for the exact reason that you said, well, they love you, they know Evan, and you know, they love me, and maybe they know me a little bit more, but still I think they should come, which I respected. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. I didn't have a problem with that.
Some people do, though.
Yes, no, of course, 100% some people do. And you know what, if we were at already 175 and you were like, can I add 15 more people? I'd be like, okay, no, because we're already way past our maximum number. But like, we had room to play with. So it didn't bother me. And it's not like we were having this small wedding.
Right.
We
But
were having a pretty big wedding. We had 160 people.
But then there would be other people who Grammy might have thought like, oh, you're not going to. And I would stand up for that too, because I do
Grammy
think,
wanted to be invite
yeah, it could be
people
right.
who you have never met. And I'm like, no.
So I get it that sometimes it's hard because maybe it's people that the parents want there, or the grandparents want there, that maybe the bride and groom don't know as well.
No.
But so, yeah, I feel like you should get who you want there. But if your parents can make a case for why some people should be there, hear them out.
Yeah, and that's 100% fine, because obviously even with my mom not being here, I still invited my mom's people
Right.
who are her friends, who, yeah, they know me, but like they haven't seen me in a while.
But they saw you grow up.
But yeah, exactly. So like I invited some of my mom's very close coworkers, some of my mom's longtime friends who maybe, you know, I reached out through them for her phone contact that I found of like, hey, you want to come to my wedding? Yeah, but I mean, there are always going to be certain people that you don't want to be there. And there are times where I did have to say, no, I don't want this person to be here because of X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And that's just how I felt about it. But like, if it was somebody that I'm like, I don't know, yeah, sure, come, then yeah, I don't care.
It's a party.
It's a party.
Celebration.
I mean, to be honest, I couldn't tell you who was there.
You'd like it to be somebody that you've met.
Yes, of course. I always wanted it to be like, I know who the person is. And like, especially everybody at my shower too. Like I knew who everybody, it wasn't like I didn't know anybody. I'm like, who's this person? Mm-hmm. No, I knew everybody that was at my wedding. So all the Grammys people, sorry, love you. But like also, if Michelle's never met you, I'm not inviting you.
I think we had a good guest list.
Yeah. And you know what? And I was even over my number a little bit because, was I?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think you were like right at it.
I was right. Well, the room could hold like 250 people. Yeah. And I was like, well, we're not.
But you had a minimum you had to meet.
I had a minimum of 150. I think we had like 162 or something like that.
I don't remember.
I don't know. But we had a lot of people.
So anyway, bringing up what could be controversy. So guest lists could be controversy.
Yes. And I'm sure it's a hard topic to navigate.
People get sensitive.
But again, I think it can be a conversation that you can have with a family. It all has to do with like being comfortable with having a conversation and be like, either no, I'm not inviting this person because of this reason, or maybe my mom or my mother-in-law really wants to invite this person. They're explaining to me why, and I'm like, okay, sure. It depends on how you feel about it, how the couple feels about it. For me and Evan, we didn't care. We're like, yeah, more the merrier. But of course, there's always certain people who are like, no. So
sometimes there's people you have to have there that you're like, I wish I didn't.
True.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean,
So what else? What else did we disagree on?
We
see what she says.
We disagreed on doing. Okay, so for Italians, typically you get married in church. Obviously, we didn't. But after you would get married, like literally right after, you'd walk back down the aisle with your husband and stand at the door and greet everybody as they went into your cocktail hour or outside.
Church, they went outside.
Yeah. So obviously our room led right out into the cocktail hour. So we would be greeting everybody and they would go get food. She was like, well, you have to do that. And I'm like, no. So this was a whole conversation because she was like, I think you're going to regret it. Doing your sarcastic mom thing.
Okay, don't do it.
And I was like, no, we're not going to do that. Because to me, I had felt we just got married. First of all, you basically come off like a high. Like I've never been, I don't think, that happy in my life walking out of that room. So walking out of the room, we were like, oh my God, like so excited. And I didn't want to stand there and say hello to 150 people. And then they have to talk to you. Congratulations. Oh my God. I get it. Like, yes, we just got married. I'm going to see you in 5 minutes. Just give me a second. So I didn't want to do it. And she was like, well,
whatever.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Whatever.
And Grammy said that too. She's like, that's what we're supposed to do.
Well, you did what you wanted to do.
I did. And I made you a deal. And I said, obviously, you should. Because then she said, well, you have to go say hi to everybody. Well, and I said, obviously, I'm going to go say hi to everybody that came to my wedding and is giving me a gift and all of that. But I was like, we'll do it at the reception. And we came up with a clever idea to do that.
Yes, because that is a thing. Because that's the other thing. Also old school. If I came to your wedding, you better acknowledge me. So
yes.
To me, that was, again, an easier way to do it. I mean, the Italians really would want you to do it twice, the recessional and then again in the reception. But you have to, like, I'm here. You should come and greet me and say hello. And I get it. It's a wedding. I'm in between like that. Yes, that's how I grew up. That's the way you used to do it. But I will say, I do like it better now. I'm not talking about the recessional, but everything. Because at our wedding, Like now they do pictures ahead of time. Like you do the
Yeah,
first look
best
and the
thing
pictures
ever.
ahead of time.
So good.
Which is wonderful because when we got married, we got pulled out then. Everybody got pulled out because there was no first looks. It was after our ceremony. During that cocktail hour time, we were now taking pictures, and we probably had like 15 minutes in the bridal room to go up and have some food from the cocktail hour with our bridal party because we had to go out there and take all these pictures. And then other pictures throughout the reception where we would get pulled out. So I do kind of regret that. And then we did have to go up to we did do a reception, but then we did go up to every table to say hello. So you really do miss like the 4 hours of a reception goes by really fast. And I think we even extended it.
And everybody tells you like your wedding goes by so fast, the actual day. And it does. It 100% does. But because one, that we have that house, it didn't feel like that. And then two, because we did do a first look, we up until the point we said I do, we kissed, we walk out that door, like nobody bothered me. Nobody came up to me.
It was a party.
No I said that to the photographer, the videographer, everybody. I'm like, just let me do whatever I want. Like, tell me when to cut the cake, and that's about it.
Right. You had your dances, speeches, the cake, and
nobody bothered me, and it was the best thing ever. And you know what? Because of the recessional, I do not regret not doing that whatsoever. Because after we got married, they put us in a little private room, which is what we requested, with all of the cocktail food. Every single thing that was out there was on the table, and they said, okay, this is the room for the two of you. You get to stay in here for cocktail hour before you guys go out to the reception. And I do not regret that one bit. Everybody got to drink and enjoy their food by themselves, and we got our little moment to be like, holy shit, we just got married, like, ah! And then originally I said, no, it should just be us in the room. And then I'm like, can somebody go get Jeff and Michelle? And then the bridal party came in, but that's it. I told our coordinator, I'm like, just bridal party parents, that's it. Nobody else is allowed to come in. So, but it was so nice. I don't know. I don't regret that whatsoever. It was probably one of my favorite moments of the night. It's just it was like a debrief. Because then you felt ready to go into the reception. It didn't feel like chaotic. And like, yes, you're the host of this party, but it's also your day.
True.
So I think there's balance between it, and I think we did a good job of doing that.
You did. And I don't even think, did you and Evan disagree on anything for the wedding, for the most part? He's pretty easygoing.
No, we didn't disagree on anything. I mean, music a little bit, because, he only wants rock music. And I'm like, we can't have rock. There's like an 80-year-old here. Like, we need to have some oldies or something. Like,
did we have any of that?
No, we had some oldies.
Yeah, not much.
No,
you know what I think? The one thing I think that this is not like everything was one. It truly was one big party. People were on the dance floor the entire time.
It's my dream wedding.
I think some of the older people, there was not a lot of slow dancing.
But
like they like a few of those in. So that, I think that people were like, we had like, no, I don't even know if there was one.
Well, there was one.
There was
one, and it was Grammy's song with Evan when they danced, because then we invited people to come on the dance floor, because that's when I started dancing with Jody.
Okay.
And you were with Jeff. So that was our one song besides the
so
standard
again,
dances.
It has to be what you want, and it was great. It was one big party, but I do remember that I could see them like sitting at their tables freezing and
get up and dance, people.
When's the music that we're going to dance to?
No, but we had a good mix.
But there's no
of
pleasing
music.
everyone.
No, there's no pleasing everyone. And it was exactly what we wanted. It was mainly like rock music, I would say. However, there was some oldies. There were some classic wedding songs. My one rule was there was no line dances. I'm like, I need to be doing the cha-cha slide at my wedding. Like, we're good. But yeah, that was probably the only thing that we really disagreed on.
That's good.
Yeah, right? He didn't really care. He cared about the food and the music.
Oh, food. Yeah, he definitely cared about the food.
I trust him with food. So I'm like, sure, go ahead. Get what you want.
So while we didn't disagree on much, just a couple of things, which is good. You don't want it to be a wedding should never turn into like a family fight.
No. At all. You should try to avoid that as much as possible.
No, I think everything was great in the wedding planning, from going to look at the venues, going to the wedding dress shopping, you guys picking out the florist and I came with you to the photographer to the you guys interviewing DJs and the entertainment groups, like all of that. So you can get, which I also like too, that you can kind of get to know them and have these like Zoom conversations with them. All of that was great. Your aunts threw you an amazing shower. It was beautiful. They thought of every detail. They did an amazing job. So you had a wonderful shower. You guys had really cool, fun bachelorette and bachelor parties, like weekends with your people. So all of that kind of went off without a hitch. So
nothing.
She wasn't a bridezilla. Everything kind of went. It was a wonderful, like, you know, that whole little more than a year and a half that we had. And then I feel like things that started to go wrong were at the last minute when you're starting to get stressed about things.
I feel like, let us know if that's happened to you. Like, do things go wrong early or like last minute? Because the first thing that went wrong was probably the most important thing. And I was so upset about it. This is the only thing, truly the only thing that I was really, really upset about. So I had ordered my wedding invitations from Etsy with They're
beautiful.
I don't remember the name of the person that designed them, but they came out beautiful. I was obsessed. Should someone be this obsessed with wedding invitations? No, but I was. And it came in a burgundy envelope because that was part of the wedding color was burgundy. And
we sat and put all of them together to mail them.
And like we did it the old school way. No QR code. I didn't want a QR code. I wanted people to write and send it back to me. And sent them out Labor Day weekend. And nobody got them. So like a week goes by and like nobody has said that they got their invitation. Like I'm waiting for people to like text me like I got it. I'm so excited. Nobody. So now I'm starting to reach out to people. I'm like, did you get your invitation? No. And I'm like, it's been like a week. I'm like, that's weird. Then people, so I have family in New York. Everybody out of New Jersey has gotten their invitation. Everybody in New Jersey,
which is the majority,
aka the wedding, probably like 85% of the people did not get an invitation. So now I go to the post office. I'm like, hi, I dropped off wedding invitations here.
And they're like, okay, people drop off mail here every day.
I'm like, I dropped off wedding invitations here like 2 weeks ago and nobody got them. Are they still here? The lady's looking at me like, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, people don't know that they're invited. Like, everybody, of course, got to save the date, but like, I didn't send one to everybody.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? So now I had to individually text everybody that I sent an invitation to with a picture of what the invitation would have looked like and ask them, are you coming to my wedding?
But then randomly, like, all of a sudden, somebody would get it. It would pop up and somebody would
have it. It would be so
it.
random. But it'd be like random people here and there. It didn't even make sense. Then, you know what's funny too? Mikey got his a year later.
Yeah.
A year. A year later. Where the hell was that
showing
envelope?
Up after the wedding. It was crazy, and I felt so bad because she was so heartbroken because
I loved them.
Not just that you weren't heartbroken just because something went wrong. It was because you did love them and you wanted people to open it and you were excited to get those RSVPs back in the mail. Like she had gone through all of that.
I designed the whole thing with this guy.
And want.
My advice, do not get colored envelopes for your wedding because I don't know. I was talking to people on this wedding group chat. They were like, "No, it's the colorful envelopes. They don't read in the machine." That was a big thing.
That was a big thing because you know you do want people to actually be invited to
your wedding. Like,
and then you know there were people who were like, "Sure, I was invited."
Exactly. Now people are thinking they're on the B list.
Oh yeah, sure, I was invited to this wedding. So I mean, yes, that was the biggest. What else went wrong?
What else did go wrong?
Well, there was your favors.
Oh my gosh. So I have to find this video too of Grammy. But anyway, my wedding favors, I had this idea.
Which is wonderful.
It was just to do pumpkin coffee in a little mason jar. And we got these little doily things to put on top. I made a little label. We handcrafted everything for this wedding, by the way. So
a lot of assembly lines.
So now I need to figure out where to buy obsessive amounts of coffee. Of pumpkin coffee grounds. And I'm looking, and I found this website online. They sell like extra large bags of ground coffee beans. Great. Ordered them. They come.
Well, you ordered one first.
Oh, yes.
Right?
I ordered one first to see
Just
how
test
many
it.
we could get into how many jars, so that way I could know how many to order, because I wasn't sure.
Right. It was perfect.
So I ordered one. I'm like, okay, we could get this amount. So I ordered like 3 bags.
But didn't you do it at like 1 o'clock in the morning or something?
Yeah, I did it so late. Like, this is like me in bed scrolling. I'm like, oh, I gotta order that coffee. Hit order. Comes a week later. Okay, so now it's like I left them in the box forever until we were gonna do it, which was now like 2 weeks before the wedding, maybe.
Right. So we're going to get together and have an assembly line to put them together,
everything
because
together.
obviously you need like 160
Yeah.
of these little mason jars.
And like with the label, the lid, the whole thing. So we did the first bag. Great. I opened the second bag. And it's coffee beans.
not ground coffee.
Beans. And I'm like, no.
And every other bag was coffee beans.
Not coffee grounds. So now I'm like, what? I have to return them. And now I'm looking at the return policy. They're
We're
like,
never going to get it in time.
We don't accept returns. Another one's not going to come in time because they took a while to come. Then you're like,
don't panic. We got this.
you're like, I'll just get out my blender.
The food processor.
The blender. We tried everything. So now and she can only do maybe this much at a time.
You don't know how, because I didn't have a coffee grinder. It's also like 10 o'clock at night. I can't even go out and buy a coffee grinder at this point.
I have to find the video of Grammy putting the coffee into the jar and you in the background blending.
And shaking and blending.
It's my favorite video.
So it was a process.
It was a whole it was hilarious though.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't then. I was really stressed out then because I was like, oh my God.
And I'm trying to keep her calm. It's all
beans?
good. It's all good. It's going to be fine. We got this.
Yeah, so that one was a funny one. That wasn't like the worst thing that could happen. We figured it out, but also it was like, what the fuck?
But when you're a bride and you're in the middle of it, every little thing
I'm like,
seems
I'm getting
like
married
a
in 2 weeks.
catastrophe.
And then the only other thing to really go wrong, which should be your story.
The freaking photographer.
This guy, I swear. I'm not even going to
Well,
say his
actually,
name.
there was one other thing
What?
that I was going to fight people on the day of the wedding.
See, I was chill. I
There
was
were
like, whatever.
two things on the day of the wedding, because you want everything to go right from because it wasn't just the coffee. There were the shots. That was
I completely forgot about that.
That was our other assembly line, filling that
Yes.
up.
Okay, so my idea for my seating chart was to be a sign that said, what was it say?
Was it take a seat,
Take a
shot?
seat, take a shot. And
Something
I
like
had
that.
these little shooters that we individually filled with specific alcohol, limoncello, peanut butter whiskey, like all of our
And
favorite
apple
things.
cider.
Apple
Or
cider.
non-alcoholic.
For the kids, yeah. So we had this specific alcohol in these little shooters. I made labels again, bought the little bottles.
We asked the venue when we were there.
like,
No
is this
problem.
okay? So originally I was going to put everybody's name on the individual shooter, and you would have to find your shooter and take it. But then I was like, oh, but what if somebody doesn't want this? Or
That
what if they don't
kind of-
want alcohol? Like, so I'm like, let's just make a chart and then they can take whatever they want. Thank God I did that, because the day of the wedding, the coordinator comes up to me and goes, so we saw your shooters and we're technically not allowed to have outside alcohol at the venue. So we can give them out as favors, but you're not allowed to have them for your reception. I'm like, that's the whole point.
Right. The whole point. So I was furious. So that was when I first
And I was
was
getting
furious.
my
You
hair
were
done.
much more chill than I
I
was.
was like,
so
whatever.
mad.
I don't care. I'm like, their names are on the sign. They'll figure it out. I'm like,
So we
give them out
argued
at
a
the
little
end.
bit. I was pissed, but we kind of let that go because you were fine with it. So we let it go. But I was very annoyed because
She was
we had
very
put
annoyed.
a lot of work into it. And it was so adorable.
Yeah.
And we knew what was going to happen is we were going to be left with a lot of shooters.
Yeah.
Same way we were left with a lot of coffee.
They're still in my freezer right now.
So that was kind of annoying. But all right, whatever. We got over it. The photographer, like we said, when we went, we did not meet originally when you book them. We did not meet with the person. You don't know.
No, because it was so far in
Right.
advance.
You don't know who exactly is going to be assigned to the wedding that day.
But they only had like 3.
Right. And they did great work, and they were everybody we talked to was very nice.
The venue used
and
them.
you recommended them, blah, 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 blah. So when we did go back for the first visit, because we did meet him before. Didn't we go back once before?
Yeah, we had a finals meeting.
Right. He was a little... It was not what I expected. First.
I mean, at the beginning,
But then he was okay.
I didn't dislike him. I thought he was just on it.
Yeah. And and I get it. They need to like coordinate everything and get things. But, and I tried so hard to be in the background and just let them say everything. Just let Antonia and Evan talk. And then they would say like, oh, but we need this family. And he'd be like, we don't do that for, or what do you mean? The extended family or
During
this,
the
that,
meeting?
and the other. Yes. He said a few things and then you made him write it down. So he had it all written down.
I don't remember the
But
meeting,
anyway,
really.
he was okay during the meeting. So then the day of the wedding comes.
Oh, I can't.
And it started off where he had attitude
2
from...
o'clock.
Yes. The minute he comes in, because she was still getting her makeup done. Granted, I am not even dressed because they won't let me get dressed. And not because of me. They wouldn't let me get... Why did they not let me get dressed?
Because I think we were supposed to take pictures. Like, I thought he wanted to take a couple pictures of us getting ready.
So I'm in pajamas because all the girls, like we were in pajamas getting ready.
Yeah.
And getting her makeup done. And he comes in and he has a stroke because...
I'm not ready.
She's not ready.
My hair is almost done, but not quite there. And I'm not dressed, obviously.
So it kind of started from that. But it wasn't our battle at that point. He was like fighting with the makeup artist, the hairdresser. He was like in a battle with everybody else.
Where to take a picture of the dress. He yelled at my makeup artist. He's like, I need to take a picture of the dress here. And she's like, no, I'm doing makeup here. I have everything set up. Let me finish or go take it in another room.
So he started off that way with some attitude. And I will say, I don't like being in pictures, period. And I knew I was going to have to be in a lot of pictures this day. And of course, it's memories that we want. And it was important to me, like, to be in pictures with my kids, with them. And we did pictures. Antonia, my beautiful daughter-in-law, wanted pictures of just us getting ready. Again, something her mom should have been there
but I asked her
and
to do.
And I got to stand in and do that because we'd done everything together and do those pictures. So that was fantastic. And I did that and we took those pictures. So now those pictures.
No, you missed the key part.
Right. Because now Evan is getting dressed. Is that the piece you're talking about?
You missed the part before. So I'm now dressed after he took my pictures.
Oh.
We took a few pictures not dressed, me and you. And then
In our pajamas.
I specifically wanted the picture of you pretending to button up my dress.
Correct.
Like my mom was supposed to do, but then I had asked her if she could do that for me. And I told him, I'm like, no, we need to take this picture because he's trying to make me go to first look with my dad. I'm like, and he's like, she's not ready. We have to skip it. And I said, no, we're not skipping it. We'll go do first look and she'll be ready and we'll come back inside and do it.
Right.
So now I'm yelling at him. I'm like, I want this picture.
Right.
Don't tell me no. He's like, we're losing daylight.
Yeah. Oh, that was the whole thing. Losing daylight.
I'm like,
Everything was losing daylight. So now there is a second photographer with. So he's the main. He's pretty much assigned to her. Second photographer who was very sweet. She was.
I don't remember her name.
I don't either. But she was assigned to Evan
The boys.
getting ready.
Yeah.
So now I go up into this upstairs bedroom where he's getting ready. That's where my dress is. Jeff is there. Ryan, his brother, best man. So our whole little family of 4 is up there. I have to get dressed in a closet, a walk-in closet in this room because they're out there taking their pictures. So now yes, it's the father and the brother are supposed to be there with like doing the bow tie and everything. But now mom is supposed to be there too. Like they did not wait for me because I was in that freaking closet getting ready because he didn't let me come up earlier and get dressed. So I totally missed that alone picture with Evan. So now
sorry.
No, it's okay. But now I'm aggravated about that. So then we go to take the pictures outside. And go ahead. How was he outside?
Oh, gosh. So now we're taking bridal party pictures first. And he was fine telling us what to do. You know, now we're all giggling because now I'm with all our people.
But he's still kind of yelling at everybody.
Well, yeah, he yelled at Corey. But whatever. Okay, fine. Then he's like, all right, family pictures. And he's like a drill sergeant. Like, Mom, Dad,
no
Granny.
fun.
Like, no, like, just drill sergeant.
Didn't want to take the family pictures there. He wanted to take the family pictures
that's what it was.
in the ceremony room.
Which I didn't want to take all my
Right.
pictures in one space. I wanted
Everything
to
would
take them
have looked the
outside.
same. It was beautiful.
It was
The
fall.
grounds there were beautiful.
Yeah.
It looked beautiful. We would have been inside, fake background. Every
what it
picture
was,
would have been in
yeah.
the ceremony room. So we kind of fought for that, and he was furious because we're losing light. We can't do it here. We can't do those pictures here too. I have other pictures I have to take of
Yeah.
like you guys. He just
and I'm like,
he was
I'm paying you, mister.
and I'm sorry if there's any kids watching this, get them out of the room. He was a freaking asshole.
He was. He really
and now you piss Michelle off to this
PP.
point now. This is their wedding. This is the happiest day of their lives. So now I am yelling at him. And
fuming. I've never seen her so pissed in my life.
it shouldn't be that way on the wedding day. So yeah, we got a little tiff
And
with
it's so then we're
that
taking
asshole.
pictures, and now she's like, "No, I don't want to take a picture."
Yes,
I'm like,
I
"Get the damn photo!" Now I'm yelling at her because now she's just being stubborn and not wanting to take a picture. Like, you're really not going to be in any pictures on my wedding day?
And then there's people like from the family that are sitting there watching, like, what's going on? It was a mess. So that was the only other thing.
He was so rude. And then we had extra time because then we didn't take some of those family pictures with the extended family in the ceremony
Right.
room. And I'm like, oh, can I get a couple pictures with my cousins? He's like, whatever you want. It's your day. I'm like, no shit. It's my
He
day,
was just
mister.
so rude. Like, I don't know. The photographer should be someone that, I get it. He's got a job to do. He knows his job. We don't. We're not the photographer. But they're paying you. Like,
Yeah, like, I just want a
it's got to
picture.
be about what they want. So you explained it. You explained that you might run out of your daylight and you might have to change, which he didn't have to change anything. It was all fine.
They were all
but
beautiful.
you explained it. But it's about the memories. They don't care what you want to see, photographer, and what
I don't
your
need to be a
beautiful
part of your
picture.
portfolio.
Right.
Like, I want my pictures that I
It's about
want.
their
and that's it.
memories. So that would definitely be a piece of advice. Make sure from the day you're booking it, you meet the person
Yes.
who's actually going to be snapping those photos and you jive with their personality.
And I will say, make sure you fit with their personality because your photographer is the one that runs your day.
Yeah.
In any wedding, your photographer is the one that's running your day from the moment they get there, from the moment that they leave. Essentially, they're going to be the ones telling you what to do and with
Right.
your coordinator. But at the beginning of the day, it's all them. So like your videographer follows them. So
And they were wonderful.
the videographer people were amazing. My video came
Photographer.
out great.
And
my
then he didn't take
pictures-
any pictures at the end of the night. Like we saw him standing on
he
the
was just doing
side.
nothing. I'm like, what the hell am I paying you for now? Oh, he was so annoying. I hated him.
So
but
that's a piece of advice.
the only thing I can say, my pictures did come out beautiful.
They did.
They did.
Even if
come-
it was an asshole taking
yeah,
them,
I
came
mean,
out
they
beautiful.
did come out beautiful, despite the fact that we didn't like him and he was rude. But that was another big thing that kind of went wrong. I've never seen
And it
this
wasn't
woman that
wrong.
mad
It wasn't
before.
wrong. I mean, like we said, you got all the pictures, but you shouldn't. Your photographer shouldn't be fighting as to who's important to be in pictures and where you take them.
Yeah,
That's
no.
up to you.
Not at all.
And your mother-in-law should not be ready to hike up her skirt and
She
kick
was like
the ass of
actually
your photographer.
ready to brawl him, like right then and there. It was actually crazy. And it's so funny. You were being so stubborn. And you were like, no, I'm not getting in the picture. I said, it's your son's wedding. Get in the damn picture and smile.
Anyway, that was that.
Yeah, well, that's what went wrong. So I would love to know what went wrong on your wedding.
Yes. Tell
Hopefully
us.
it's not just us.
And your planning and how it all went.
Yeah, and how everything goes. But I know we said we were going to start doing some more stirring the pot segments. So we do have one today that we found online on Reddit. And I think it's a good one. It relates to some wedding drama. So we can read it and then get our reactions. And we
right.
want to know your reaction. So comment down below what your reaction is to this and what you think.
Yes.
Do you want to read it?
Well, I'll read because there's two sides of the story.
Okay.
There's the mother-in-laws and the bride. So I guess I'll
Yes.
read. I guess I'll be the mill.
Okay, let's act.
So the mother-in-law says, in our family, there's a tradition where the groom's mom dances with her son first. Then the bride dances with her father, and finally the newlyweds take the floor. It's a symbolic passing the torch. It's always been a meaningful moment, but my daughter-in-law didn't want it. She said it would distract from her. So I went behind her back and I asked the coordinator to quietly change the order. Ooh. When the moment came, the coordinator called me up as the most beautiful woman in the room for the dance. Katie, I guess Katie was the daughter-in-law. Katie's face turned bright red. She made a scene and walked out. She even skipped her dance with her father. It was heartbreaking and cast a shadow over the day. My son was grateful for that moment with me. I'm sure he wasn't when he got back to the wife. But now my daughter-in-law has turned the family against me. I don't think I ruined anything. I think I gave my son a gift he'll always cherish.
Okay, well, let me read the bride side, I guess, really quick, and then we'll get into it. So kind of the same, obviously the same story pretty much. My mother-in-law wanted this traditional dance at our wedding, but I said no. It's our day, and I didn't want anything taking the spotlight away from us. Then, on the wedding day, the coordinator announced the most beautiful woman in the room and called her to dance with my husband. I felt invisible and hurt. I got up, made a scene, and went to the bathroom to calm down. I didn't want to fix the moment or do damage control. I just wanted the day to be about us without any extra drama or traditions I never agreed to. Some relatives even whispered that I ruined the vibe. It was the worst feeling to be sidelined on my own wedding day.
Well, this is a little crazy.
Isn't it crazy? I saw it. I was like, that's wild.
So I will say, I do think it's important to have some traditions. So I do think the mother of the groom and the groom dancing and the father of the bride and the bride dancing are traditions that I think are very nice and I would want there. I've never heard it where, because it's usually the groom and the groom and the mother and his mother are usually second and whatever. I don't care about that. And you guys get your first dance. So this sounds a little backwards to begin with, but whatever. But I do think that it should be about the bride and groom, and you do your first dance together when you're introduced at the reception. So all eyes are on you, as it should be. But then I think it's to kind of honor your parents. It is kind of almost sad that it's only one parent out of because, hopefully if you are in a good relationship with your parents, that everybody's put so much into seeing you grow up and planning the wedding. So it's sort of more of that moment, just like a father and a daughter, mother and son. Like to me, trying to figure out what song to dance, because Evan wasn't picking it, just to find like that would be meaningful. I mean, I cried for every time I listened to it, to the point where I really didn't cry and lose it the day of the wedding like I thought I would. And again, not a crier, but every time I would hear the song before, I would cry. Yeah. So I do think it's important to have those traditions, but I don't think the mother-in-law should ever go behind her son or her future daughter-in-law's back to set something up, unless if it's something for them that they're still going to be in the spotlight, but not where like, oh, she didn't want this, so I'm just going to tell the DJ to do it. No, that's just effed up.
Yeah. First of all, I do think in a way the bride probably shouldn't have skipped the dance with her father. I mean, I understand if you were upset, but you're still missing out on your own opportunity to dance with your dad.
And then you do look like a spoiled brat that you stormed out.
Yeah, like, I mean, that seems a little dramatic. I mean,
like, keep a smile on your face and bitch later.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what the mother-in-law did was not okay.
No.
But I mean, I also, it doesn't explain fully what's supposed to happen, because like, was the daughter-in-law saying like, no, I don't want you to have a dance with your son? Or
well,
was
that's
she
what
saying,
it sounds like, that she wanted it to be all
only
about them.
their dance. There. See, well, that I also think is wrong, because your parents on both sides should get the credit of being a part of your special day. Like, you have your bridal party with you. Your parents technically aren't part of that. So like, I think they should have their own moment. So that I would disagree with. However, the mother-in-law going to the DJ the day of the wedding and trying to get her way is messed up.
And the DJ then saying,
Yes.
and
crazy.
to the most
Yeah.
the most beautiful girl. What did he say?
The most beautiful woman in the room. That's crazy.
And now I'm taking my money back if I'm paying you. And then you
Yeah.
call the mother of the groom the most beautiful woman in the room and not the bride.
And this story, you know what this story seems like? Me and Mackenzie talk about this, about moms that like are in love with their sons. It sounds like that.
Well, I love my son.
No. In love with their sons.
Oh.
People will know what I'm talking about. Like there are moms that are like, my son will only ever love me and nobody else because I'm the only one that's good enough for my son. Like that kind of mom.
She might be. And she might be someone, like if she was called the most beautiful woman in the room, I have a feeling she played up to the DJ like, I would love to know what she was wearing. I think she wanted to be the center of attention.
Yeah, definitely. But
the daughter-in-law still sounds a little bit like a spoiled brat.
I think it's both of them. I think they both have their own issues.
Not a spoiled brat because, all right, they did something. I think they should have talked more about it before. It shouldn't have happened the day of the wedding. If it was an issue
before, it should have been resolved before the wedding.
Yes.
100% should have been figured out.
And she shouldn't storm off.
No, and you missed a dance with your dad. That's terrible.
Well, no, I don't think she was doing it with her dad, was she?
But then in her side of the story, it said she even missed his, or in the mom's side, it said she missed the dance with her dad.
Oh, well, that's sad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you missed your wedding.
I would hate to be that groom.
Yeah, I mean, that groom's in some deep shit on both ends.
So maybe let us know that too, like traditions that whether it was your wedding that you didn't really want, but either your parents or your in-laws wanted it, or vice versa, things that you wanted that maybe your parents or your in-laws didn't agree with. Just curious.
Yeah, and obviously there's always going to be differences, especially if there are two different cultures coming together. But you have to find a way to make it work, otherwise things like this happen. You have to talk about it. Communication. Get on a podcast together.
So we said a lot, and I think that you saw we didn't have major conflicts here, but I know some people do. I mean, even my own wedding, there was, nothing major, but little conflicts where I felt like, like maybe my mother-in-law wanted certain things that we didn't want, but it's how you handle it. And I think that there's ways that you can handle it and be respectful to everyone.
Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. It's your family. And if it's your in-laws, it's your future family. So don't start off a relationship with disrespect. But I also would say don't give in to something that you really doesn't feel right with you in that sense.
And then if you do, I'll just go to the DJ and ask for it anyway at the time.
There you go.
Because I am the most beautiful woman in the room.
Imagine you did that. That would be crazy. I don't even know how I would react. I'd just be like, what the fuck?
And in the end, a wedding is what brings you together. Like you said, brings families together. It's how you get your in-laws. And it should be the best day for the whole family and everyone there. So don't let petty little drama ruin it.
No. And I will say that for me, in my experience, planning the wedding and just the day in general was the best day of my life. And I've said this over and over again. It has been the happiest point of my life thus far. I'm sure when I have a kid, it will change. But still, best day. I was so happy. And you planned it all with me. And it was so much fun. And I got to marry Evan. Woo!
Yay.
My high school sweetheart.
My boy.
My boy, my angel.
And I didn't do what I said. I would tease her and tell her that when they were doing their first dance, I was going to be on the ground with my arms around Evan's leg, dragging him.
She didn't. She stood there.
I didn't. I let him go.
Yeah. And then we moved across the street.
I let him go so far.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed our episode all about weddings.
Weddings are fun.
Weddings are so much fun. It's our 2-year anniversary, and we're going to a wedding this week. So we're right on theme.
Yes.
So exciting. We talked about so many things today. Hope we gave you some advice and some experiences that maybe you can relate to with all of our stories. If you have any stories, please send them to us. Send us a DM on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever. Just send us your stories and we can maybe read them here on the show. You can also follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you listen to your podcast.
Whatever
give us a
she
follow,
says.
listen. We have new episodes every Tuesday, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.